Hey, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of the Morbius Living Vampire Milestone event videos. Today we're going to be talking about the second part of the event, which is the Flesh and Blood Milestone. So I have the math related to this. Very quickly, though, I want to update people that my brand new computer has arrived. And so what that means is after this video, there may be a small gap in time for videos while I kind of transition to my new machine. Because I need to spend some time doing that. So if you do see a gap in videos for a day or two, then that's why. It might not take that long, just wanted to give people a heads up. So we're going to be talking about how it's actually a little bit friendlier than we think. We're going to go over the milestones. I'm going to give some people some advice in case you guys haven't been doing this up till now. And then we're going to go over the math in terms of where you're going to be able to get to in this event. And we're going to conclude with how we feel about this. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Okay, so I had to refresh a couple times on my my game, but we finally got this. The Flesh and Blood milestone is here. It took a couple of minutes, but that's okay. So up until now, you basically should be more or less where I'm at in terms of the Living Vampire event, the actual milestone itself, which is around 56,000. So that's 56 orbs that I have opened up until now, which is about, I believe, 51 from the other one, the Fangs Out milestone, and you would have gotten about 5 orbs from the Arena Web milestone from doing the Arena Mesh that way. And so that should bring you to up to 56 orbs opened at to this point. So we're going to be talking about the Flesh and Blood milestone. We're going to take a look at the scoring really quick, though. And so it's really all blitzing. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It's actually not that bad, though, after doing the math. And unless something's terribly wrong with my math, it actually doesn't look that bad. I've done the calculations here. What is kind of stupid, though, is that, yes, you get 350... Oh, yeah, and everything that I say here is going to be with the intentions of blitz simming, not manual blitz winning. There's 100 points difference. Frankly, it's not worth your time. Sorry for you new players who don't have Blitz Sim activated, but yeah, I mean, that's why the points are different. But realistically, anyone with Blitz Simming should be Blitz Simming, so the points aren't enough to really justify manual. So here you also get an additional point if any of your Mystic Spirit Slayer characters are 5-star and above. And you get 35 points for this. Now, what this kind of means, I guess, is if you're doing some Blitz Sim winning, try to smash together your Mystic Spirit Slayers for Blitz charge runs. So if you're doing additional runs beyond your your 8 or whatever, then just stick 5 Mystic Spirit Slayers together that are 5-star and up, and then do an auto sim with them if you can to get some additional points. It's not a huge chunk, though. It's actually only for a full team. It's only an additional 175 points, or 35 per character. There's 18 of them, excluding Morbius, so it's actually not a significant difference. And what I think is really fucking shit is actually the win or lose with the Dark Hunter characters. So in War, because it's a 4-day milestone, this is only going to happen like twice, and so that means you're getting 400 points if you're using the 4 Dark Hunters together, right? Times 2 because there's 2 wars, which gives you 800. That's worth like one. It's worth 1 Blitz Sim win of any characters per war match. That's absolutely absurd because you can only use them once, and you don't. It's all about Blitz. Let's be honest. And then you get 3 points for every power core spent. Very likely, a lot of people are probably spending about, I would say, about 200 power cores at least, whether or not that's going towards the Dr. Voodoo event or just your general campaign energy coring, that kind of stuff. So for my calculations, I'm going to assume that some people are at least doing 200 cores. Again, not going to make a significant difference because even 200 times 3 is 600, and that's just like 2 Blitz Sims. It's all about blitzing. But, let's take a look at the milestone itself. There's actually not a lot here. A lot of it's Blitz credits. However, towards the end, you do get some Elite 4 credits, and you get a 5 red Ghost Rider. So this is actually pretty good, because if you didn't already have this, you're getting a free 5 red Ghost Rider, which is pretty good. This is very easily accessible. This is actually, I have to say, not as bad as we thought it might be. This event, yes, I know, is not as bad that I thought it would be. And so after we get through this, we're actually going to be ending kind of where some of us thought it might, but we're going to be ending about here. So you're going to get to milestone 38. You are going to get the 50 shards from the Morbius here, but you're not going to get these final 2 ones that are the Armory 16 orbs. You're going to have to spend a little bit on some of those things that give you the Mystic Assassin orbs or whatever in order to get this far. But otherwise, I actually think all in all, it's not too bad. So let's take a quick look at the math itself. So you guys may have seen some of this. Ignore the stuff on the left. That's part of the Fangs Out milestone that we looked at from the first video. So we have a total of milestone points required of 81,900. Now, there's a total of 51 Mystic Assassin Orbs. I did my math properly this time, and so that is identical to the Fangs Out, which is good. And we'll see why down below in case you guys missed the first video. And so you get 350 points for any Blitz Sim win. You get an additional 35 for any Mystic Slayer characters of 5-star and above. Basically, I did this math calculation here, assuming that you're going to have 35 teams to win with. So basically, you're just taking 350, times it by 35 teams. There's actually a total of 37 teams, but I just, I lowered it a little bit, because this is a nice flatter number than 37. So I did 35. So I did 350 times 35, and then you add this 35 times the 18 characters that are available that you could, if you have them at 5-star. I'm assuming that most people do. However, I realize that not everyone will. It doesn't really matter too much. What's important is this number here. And you get roughly about 12,880, according to my math anyways, per rotation. So what does that really mean? If you divided that by this, you'll see the total amount of rotations that you need. Oh my god, I can't speak. Amount of rotations that you need to do total. And this is the number for 4 Blitz Sim rotations. So you can see that this is pretty close. You don't even really need to count any of this because the number values are so low here that you can completely ignore all of this and just do blitzes. So basically all you need to do is take this number here, divide it by the rotations, and that'll tell you how many rotations you need to do Blitz Simming with 35 teams. And that gets you 6.36. So that's really good. And this is over 4 days as well. It's a 4-day milestone. Let's just double check to make sure it is. Yeah, it's a 4-day milestone. So oh wait, sorry, that's the Living Vampire. But yeah, it is a 4-day milestone for the Flesh and Blood. You only need 81,900 over the 4 days. So realistically, in terms of this, how many do you need to do per day? Take this and divide it by 4. You need to do 1.59 rotations per day. Rot per day. Okay, you got it right? So that's pretty good. That's like, I would just do 2, just to be safe. And that way, if you lose any matches, then you'll be able to get that. And so it's actually a lot less blitzing than we've had to do in the past. Maybe we've complained about blitzing so much to Scopely that they finally fucking got it and that they understand that we don't like to do this. So I'm actually really, really surprised and shocked how player-friendly this particular event is. And maybe because we've been complaining about how the other ones really weren't when it came to shards, right? We had Magic that was 150. We had Scarlet Spider that was 126. We had Echo that was more or less 100 shards. And so a lot of these types of events, with or without the event stores, have been particularly poor when it comes to the shards. So that's why we can go back down here to the Living Vampire milestone. So it takes 140 orbs to clear this. Of course, we know this from part 1 of my video. The total of free-to-play orbs that are now available to us is 112. So that's the 51 from the Flesh and Blood, 51 from the Fangs Out if you did that, and then 10 from the Primal Thirst Daily Milestone web milestone that is involving Arena. So you add that all together and you get 112. And why is this important? Well, in order, and we can actually put this now, this is now 180, so they match up actually now. So there is a total Morbius shards of 180, and how do you get there? Well, you would have got 100 shards here at 70 orbs opening. You would have got 130 shards actually at 75 orbs opened, and then now a total where you max out is that 96 orbs or 96,000 points, which gets you the total of 180. So surprisingly, we are going to get a 4-star Morbius. I honestly did not think that was going to be the case, and yeah, you know what, because things have been so shit lately that we kind of have to expect the worst. So I'm kind of surprised that they gave it to us, but that's really good. Now, special notes here, this one's already done. This was in the first 4 days, but we will be getting a quarter blitz at some point, I think within the next 4 days, so if you need to spam some blitzes and more, you can do that when that's available to you if you want. But otherwise, we're looking at a 4-star free-to-play Morbius, and it's been a very long time since we've had a 4-star free-to-play character. So yes, I am surprisingly happy, and that's good news for all of us, because that might actually bring me close to a 5-star Morbius overall, because I opened him with cores, unfortunately, and that left me with like very little left over. So that's everything, guys. Just wrapping this up event. Yeah, we're not gonna get the last 2 milestones. Of course, those are for whales, but if you want to push on for that and you want to spend for that, be my guest. But it's not really all that much to miss out on. So overall, I'm gonna give this event a 8.5 out of 10. Actually, for once, it's largely free to play clearable, and you're getting a 4-star character, something that I never thought would have been possible in this game anymore. But it did happen, so maybe that's something to say that things are looking up in Marvel Strike Force. Dare I say? I don't know. Patch 6.0 is going to be around the corner, so look forward to that. And of course, like I said in the beginning, I have my new computer that I'm setting up, so I don't know when my next video is, but you'll hear from me pretty soon. So thanks everyone for watching, and of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see y'all later. Boilon signing out.